Welcome to Vampires and Vitae. Thank you so much for joining us again at our table. Like we normally do, we're going to throw it over to Tyler, give us a little bit of background on what we did last week.
We're coming at you with 106.5 The Hots. That's not the radio station. That's the temperature right now.
True story.
No, it's hot.
Hot outside.
It's hot.
Check on your grandmothers, guys. It's hot. Okay, so last episode.
Check on your grandmother.
Mine's been dead for 40
Holy
years.
shit.
Oh, there, check out.
Oh my god.
All right,
In other
then.
news, howdy. Okay, so in the last episode, Alister and Lady Orchid finished their meal together. A little bit of, palm rubbing, a little bit of back and forth. We did that while Rose watched via her body double, kind of peeping in on the situation. Barnaby, you had a lovely chat with a horny cow. That was pretty cool. Really brought you a level of comfort in this strange land.
Speaking of, no one's noticed.
Season 3, cows fuck.
Oh my god. We got shirts.
Oh, now I'm definitely.
I made this yesterday and I cackled the entire time I was making it.
I love it. I love the logo. It looks like
Right?
I need one of those. Hook a brother up. And Rose briefly talked to Pierre, a French man, heavily armed and a little too curious for comfort. Wonder what he could be.
Life's going to be hard in the West. I don't know what you want to say, bro.
Alister set a trap with an occult book to see if Lady Orchid would notice that he was aware of the alchemical lab. Everything was going pretty smooth. Until it wasn't. And Barnaby woke up in a frenzy, nearly breaking the masquerade and creating quite a predicament for everybody.
Oh, shit.
Did I do that? Alister moved quickly to secure a body for Barnaby to rip into, but in order to do so, he had to sign a contract with the conductor and his right-hand man. What he signed is still a little unknown. Did not read the terms and conditions.
Fast signature, man.
Yeah.
Bro, when you got a vampire that's that hungry, you gotta make decisions. That was a snap decision. I sold the stock before the bubble burst, okay?
Sure did.
I pulled out.
That NFT actually worked.
With the help of Rusty and Rose, Barnaby was able to regain some composure to himself and quiet down. Barnaby then offered Alister a boon to make up for his moment of weakness. Rose was trying to feed everybody blood whiskey. Rusty needs a new cattle rancher. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. We're halfway there.
Living on a prayer.
Whoa!
Yeah.
We're halfway there. Cows fuck.
Trademark.
they do.
Trademark. Cal's fuck in season 3.
Oh my god.
Man.
All right. The night has been uneventful.
Thank God.
Actually, sorry. The morning has been uneventful.
Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there really is like a calmness that comes with being on like a ship or a train or even in a car if you've been, just gone cross country, if you're sitting there on the passenger seat. There's a calming method. It's almost like sitting by the shoreline and the waves continuously go. That's how it feels to be there. That motion everyone now has gotten used to. You realize that these are the people that you're going to be surrounded with. For a couple people here on the train, that's a little bit too close to comfort. Trying to get away from the Camarilla, trying to get away from all the problems. You're surrounded by some exceptional individuals, all seeming to have the same dream that you had, starting your world in the New West. You wake up in the morning, in the late evening, early evening. Where would you like to begin? Let's get some rolls. Let's see what's happening.
Oh yeah. Temperature check.
Willpower can be used.
Just one, right?
Yep.
I didn't know that. 3 years I didn't know that.
We talked about it last time, I think.
Whoa.
What are we trying to
2,
get?
wasn't it?
No, it was a 9.
Oh. I got an 8.
Oh, Raj got a 1.
Fuck.
If you don't burn that willpower right now. Actually,
You can.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Oh, can I do that?
Actually, hold on, wait a minute. Let's think about
On
this.
a rouse?
Let's think about this realistically.
You
Hold
know
on.
my willpower.
It would be a willpower thing.
You deal with cows.
So we could slaughter a bunch of
You could
cows.
slaughter some of your cattle
Oh, and that's-
or burn a willpower,
Yeah.
but I am not as worried
Just
about
not
you.
Belle
Yeah,
or the
you're-
bull she's interested in, because I'm invested.
Right, because who's
Yeah, I
gonna
need to follow that thread.
Who's gonna hold the brouhaha?
Right.
Nobody. I'm saying you make an executive decision. It's your cattle or your willpower, but like, thank God it's not one of us.
I could spend a willpower to avoid that.
All right. Reroll.
So we got if it's a 10.
2.
There we go. All right.
It's a little better, and yet it's infinitely better.
All right, Rusty, you are having a dream in your nice slumber. The windows and everything that you've done, this is the second time you've made the exact track. I mean, so you've gotten pretty accustomed to this kind of lifestyle. In fact, you've been in the train more often than you've been even in New York City. You know what I mean? Like, so this has been your life for like the last month, making the trips back and forth. It is the screams of your children that like stir you. The door that you handcrafted from like a very large piece of wood. Like there weren't planks. You cut down the damn tree. This is before you were a vampire. And the first thing that you saw was that broken door. When you came back in to see your family being not being, but have been slaughtered. That taken, you wake up. That beast is knocking at your back door, but you know how confined this tube of a train is. You're able to calm down your emotions and sit there, but there is one trickle of, a blood tear that comes down. This is where you're going back, trying to reset our life. Deep breath, and the day is yours. No, the evening's yours.
Suppose I have to get up and get this thing going now. I got up and I get dressed.
Is that like a common occurrence for you? Like, is that something that you normally do? Like a like, do you often have to use willpower to let those demons lay resting?
More often than I'd like.
Okay, something to know.
But yeah, it's those are dreams that come back from my mortal life.
Yeah.
Can't get rid of it. Can't bring them back. Can't save them. So it's always going to be there. So I guess I would get up and get myself fixed up. Rusty's very civilized.
So yeah, you have that moment of, all right, the vest comes in and the buttons going through almost like a mantra of like, I'm good. I'm good.
Brings
Right.
the civilized,
Right.
the human back.
Old-timey mirrors were kind of like slightly warped. You know what I mean? There was a little bit thicker at the bottom because the actual material that they used, like gradually went down. They didn't figure that out. So you do have like a warp reflection of you, little shine of the gold buttons that are going down your vest as you take a deep breath. You do still hear the last words that your wife had said to you before you'd gone out and before all this tragedy happened to you. And that's almost the sickening melody of what you used to have that got ripped away and stolen from you. Arms shake out, and there is Rusty. Man of his own design. You open the door. Are you up early? Are you girls up early?
I'm probably not. We're probably still snoozing. I feel like we're pretty lazy in the early evening.
Fair enough. Door is closed when it comes to Rose. You do see the door that across your hall was not occupied before the stop. It's left wide open. Lots of furs in there, but there's no one seems to be in that room currently.
I think if that door is closed to the ladies, I won't have access to them or to the other two fellas. I head up to the dining car and get me a morning coffee.
All right. So you going to go to the ship? The chip. You walk in. It seems to be bustling. You do see a woman like sprawled out, hairy armpits like across the bar, like a coon skin cap over the top of her head, like the beaver tail running down as if it was almost like a braid of hers. Like everything she's wearing is natural. Like it's like as if a native had made every single piece of it. It's kind of easy to put together that perhaps the room filled with all the furs maybe belongs to this person. You see a Bloody Mary in front of her, and she's just arms stretched as the car continues to go through.
Would I see the bite marks on her wrist from the night before?
That would cost you a roll. Give me because she's laying semi-still, so that would be an intelligence and investigation because you could have some time to look at it.
She got a little fucked up. Blood alcohol was a little higher than normal, a little lopsided.
Not a great roll, but one success.
It appears to you that she's just hungover.
Okay.
Worse for wear.
Sneaky little guy.
But with the one success, it still is a success. You do see her like squint an eye, like the eye opens up, takes you in. There's like a rouse like as you move around her, or are you going to go past her, or are you going to?
I would try to sit on one of the bar stools.
All right, like next.
Excuse me, madam. Would you mind if I sit here?
The volume. You can sit. That's fine. Oh, and she breathes. It's like a mouthful of spoiled catfish. Like exceeds her.
Oof.
Perhaps a little shot of whiskey to get you going in the morning might help you.
That
My treat.
I thought I liked you. You sit down. Yes, sir. Who are you, sir? Try to shake the cobwebs off. You know what I mean? Just like, yep, comes up, big, bright eyes, but they are bloodshot.
Name's Walt, but friends call me Rusty.
Mr. Walt, I wouldn't normally turn down a shot of whiskey, but can you put an egg in it? I need something in my system. I don't know. Maybe I ate something wrong. Maybe I
So
did
I just,
something wrong.
Amber Moon for those of you at home. If you ever want to.
Yeah, right. An amber moon.
That's
I
a
just
hard
kind of
pass.
snapped for the bartender.
Chip shows up.
Yeah, go ahead and take care of this young lady here. She needs a whiskey with an egg in it. I'll have a coffee, black, please.
Like he looks like
That was her choice, not mine.
yeah, right. Like Chip walks over, cracks the egg into he pours the whiskey in a shot glass first and realizes that this ain't gonna work together. a larger tumbler comes over, he cracks the pours over the whiskey he'd already poured, cracks the egg on top of it, does a little swirl and passes it over and expects explosions. She clang takes it straight down. Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah, that's about right. Make that happen 2 more times, and I swear to God, I'll have a conversation with you. Hey, aren't you fancy looking?
For the moment.
Nice buttons.
I try to stay looking decent when I'm out in the public.
Now, we're on a train, right? I'm not just feeling
Yes.
weird? All right, good, because that motion was not sitting well with me at all.
We are on a train headed to Amarillo.
That's so good. My bow's there. Where are you going? Stopping out at Amaryllis?
No, I'm going on to the end of the line.
You-
Heading back home with my cattle.
Crazy son of a bitch. You from there?
Yes,
Oh, wee.
for a very long time.
Then maybe you know my bow.
Who's that?
Jack Rattlesnake.
Can't say I've heard of him.
You haven't? Really?
Where might I know him from?
Oh, one of the best gang wrestlers there.
I don't get out much. I pretty much stay on my farm and take care of my cattle, keep to myself.
Oh, well, all right. If you do need some help, me and my beau will be working up there. So please do join. I mean, maybe we'll even get employed by you. She tries to put her hand on the bar and it skips off. She's like, son of a bitch, I didn't even drink that much last night dealing with the recourse from you feeding on her, Tyler.
What up?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, sometimes travel makes things hit you a little harder. You're traveling through elevations.
You say you have yourself a full ranch?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you feed those cattle? Ain't a lot of grass over there.
No, there is up where I am, a bit north of where the stop is.
All right.
There's a river runs through the valley.
She you can see her picking in between. There's lots of teeth missing, and she's giving a little scratch from the tartar one of her last projecting tooth that she's got.
I just like to reiterate, my feeding type is beautiful young women.
Yeah.
There needs to be some feeding qualities here.
Her mouth was closed at the time.
That's fair.
Yeah, right.
And she was sleeping. Like,
She
probably
was
like
sleep.
face
Yeah,
down.
right. Yeah.
In my defense, she was naked and her mouth was closed.
Oh, you've been through.
She's a strong lady, but she's got supple wrists.
Yeah, right. That is fantastic.
That's a nice wrist.
All right. The conversation, Peters, as all the rest of you are beginning to wake up. With that being said, Mr. Hayworth, you wake up and you have a bad taste in your mouth. Like, thanks to her to exactly practical.
Rotten catfish, from what I hear.
Gonna have to go have my dinner off the train, most likely.
Well, you do have Rose's girls.
Yeah.
They are stunning. I mean, especially Philippa is just a knockout.
I'm fine at the moment. I think Alister is going to...
You're in the same room. Do you want to try to hear it? Are you an early riser, or
Which room?
you'd be
with him?
in Alistair's? Like,
I'm on the couch, all sprawled crazy with my hat over my head.
fair enough.
I'm getting into the study. Pour myself a whiskey, crack an egg in it, as is tradition.
My hat comes down and I hear the whiskey.
Yeah. Right.
I sit up.
Glug, glug, glug. No, yeah.
I dodge the egg completely.
All right. You guys are in that room by yourselves. Nice morning. You guys have any? I mean, it's your private car. There's no one else there.
No, I think I just probably unlock the room, the backside for the day.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah.
Kind of like lock it at the end of the night, kind of thing. And I think Alister just starts doing his morning routine of just going over ledgers and numbers that he has. He's logistically kind of just chicken scratching.
Some of the things that you're looking at are like you sold almost all of it, but you did have to keep up standings for your sire. So like you still have some accounts in the Baltics, and like you still have some accounts offshore.
Well, the problem is accessing them once they get out there.
Yeah,
It's nearly impossible.
But you had to keep them alive
Yeah.
because had you drained those accounts or anything like that, like there's some art pieces. That's like kind of like the ledgers, like the things that you didn't sell, things that you didn't leverage. You know what I mean? Like and that's kind of like a script of like what you left home. That even if this fails, there's at least something to go back to.
Yeah.
You know.
But then Alister, where it says like his whole manifest of his personal stuff, where there's like occupants 1, he scratches that out and puts 4, and then he kind of rubs his temple.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, as you hear your most expensive whiskey glass, like you drop back down. Fair enough. Is there any like personal business that you're working on when you?
So Barnaby kind of goes through his pockets, pulls up some random papers, looks at them, wants to kind of mirror.
Oh, you're just doing like busy work.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I got stuff too.
Yeah. I want to look as busy.
it's a
too.
receipt for the hat he got 7
I
years
think
ago.
I admire his like
Little setup?
Yeah, how he's gonna like control the scenario.
Sure.
So I do the same thing for a minute and then continue to crush his whiskey.
Seems about right.
I'm not letting you guys go. If you want to have a conversation, you guys are stuck in this car until you go someplace else.
I think Alister's just has his pocket watch open on the desk and is just waiting for the stop in Amarillo. He's just kind of like waiting at this point. He like woke up and is just waiting for the stop, so because he knows he has to get off. And
You're about an hour away. Yeah. You know that.
so I think Alister's just kind of like doing some quiet, busy work.
Sure.
He doesn't really want to talk to anybody right now. Yesterday was a lot.
Well, here's the way.
He eventually wants to talk to the conductor, but maybe when the train stops, there's just
Sure.
the stuff that he needs to do
Is in that room.
not within the time frame of an hour to do. So he's just kind of busying himself
Sure.
with some just random, just comforting numbers.
Sure.
Love them numbers.
Like good roommates do. You see that your roommate is currently doing personal stuff. Do you want to leave this room? You want to engage him? You want to go up? You want to go down?
I see he obviously looking like he wants some, not privacy, but just kind of his own routine.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna I'm just gonna kind of give him his space and go wander around.
Okay. You will be.
53 minutes, Barnaby, until Amarillo.
All right, keeping track. You stay busy there, boss.
You know, I do my best.
Yeah. All right. That word boss says.
4 goddamn.
Yeah, right. But that is the first time that you've heard boss, like, you know that you do have a boon. So maybe that relationship's starting to fester, or that could have been.
Where
like,
do I put that in?
Yeah, right. Where it goes? Where does that go in the legend?
One boon right next to teapot and liquor.
Yeah, right. Rose, your girls always kind of like, you know, we have dogs, right? When they tell you that you're ready to go up, they start making a little bit more noise and scratching a little bit harder. Your girls kind of do the same thing. They're like, okay, let's.
Yeah, Rose will flip open the top of the trunk that she's been sleeping in, and she just kind of like sits up, and it's been a rough night. Hair is everywhere. All of the events of the night before also kind of sit heavy with her as well, and she. You know, when you have like that real good sleep and like half of your hair is standing up straight and the other half, that's
Every morning.
And you got like the design from like this part of the seam of the pillow directly across.
Absolutely, yeah. She's in rough shape this morning, and she like pokes her
You
head
just
up.
don't
and
sleep beautifully
and the girls
at all.
are
That's like your one thing.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
girls
like
are like
stunning, but like you wake up just fucked up.
the girls are like, oh my god, and I'm like, yes, girls,
Yeah.
draw a bath. It's time to work your magic.
She wasn't born with it. It is Maybelline.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yep. So the curlers start to go into your hair almost automatically. You're still sitting in your thing, but you do have the smell of death in a good way. Mr. Barnaby Collins is walking by your room. You want to say anything as he goes through?
I'll just say, good evening, Mr. Collins.
You hear that from like a slightly cracked door.
Ma'am,
How was your sleep?
you know, I slept.
Better than last night, I assume.
No, a little embarrassed about that, but yeah.
Oh, nothing to be embarrassed about. It happens to the best of us.
No, it doesn't.
That's fair. You guys are close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are close enough. That would be able to be heard.
Yeah.
Fucking roll a 1. I'm gonna be.
I'm waiting for it.
Statistically speaking.
Oh, no, it's
shit out of you.
We're going clockwise around the table.
Yeah, right.
It's
Yeah.
coming.
Just hopefully it doesn't happen on a train.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know if you've made a decision about that bottle. Just make sure you keep it handy. And again, just for emergencies.
Yeah, I'll keep it by my side. Thank
Fair
you
enough.
again.
You're very welcome, Mr. Collins. Let me know if I can be of service to you in any other way.
I appreciate it. I'm just gonna go for a little walk, stretch my legs out.
Fair enough.
All right. You continue to walk down, probably heading towards the dining car.
Sure.
You do see Barnaby open the door. We'll be right back to that combination. Rose, you are, freshening up as, French shower style.
Mm-hmm.
The pits and every place else are getting a little bit of love, and everything else is just going to have to wait till we get to some place. You do have a bathtub in the Lady of Flowers place if that's something necessary.
Oh, I don't think that I would attempt that. I think that the bird bath for now is fine. It's not like we're doing anything strenuous on this train, and the temperature seems to have been quite tepid. Perhaps when we get a little further south, but
Fair enough.
for now it's okay.
Yeah, you've done your research as well. You know within the next hour that there is a stop at Amaryllis.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you just going to stay in the room until the stop, or?
Well, I suppose I will at least stick my head in to say hello to Mr. Hayworth. Good evening, Mr. Hayworth.
Oh, yes, good evening. Good evening. How are you?
I'm well. Your sleep was well, I take it?
Yes,
I
as,
assume.
as regular as it always is.
Let's hope for a better start to the day than yesterday.
So far, so good, I think. 51 minutes until Amarillo now, so
Oh, we see Mr. Flannery yet this morning.
I don't think I've had the pleasure.
I will
I've,
go and track him down and see what he's up to.
yeah, I assume everyone's heading down to the dining cart.
That is my intention, yes.
As your conversation winds, you do hear the sound of a chamber being spun on a 6-shooter.
I can't remember his name. He introduced himself.
The French.
All you hear is Pierre Pouf, you'd know as the French guy.
Pierre, right. That's it, yes. Okay.
I look over Rose's shoulder. Do I see or just hear?
Oh no! I mean, if you look down the hall, he is leaning out. He's against the closed, like sliding door, as you would, and he's just looking at it. You can make a. You want to know anything about him just from a cursory glance? It'd be wits and awareness. If not, you can just.
I think I'm going to do the same thing.
Okay.
I'm going to
Pulled out your gorgeous pistol.
I pull out my gorgeous enameled pistol, and I open it, look, and I do the same spin and you click it.
You hear is like as if he was a wolf, his ears would have turned backwards. You hears that sound.
I do it very lithely, just like one-handed, just.
It is good to know that there's another marksman on the train. It is quite a nice piece that you have there.
Yes.
The spoke, huh?
Yeah. What are you shooting over there?
Oh, nothing. I just want to make sure that all my chambers are always wild.
No, I just meant what gun?
Oh, and beautifully quick. This one is one of my personal favorites. Takes a walk. You notice it's a spooky rhythm, as if he was walking with the sand or trying to mimic an animal. Like it's not regimented. There's a cadence to the way that this man walks. The way that the train moves, he seems to adjust really quickly to. Turns it around, like when you hand somebody a knife, you hand them, you hold the blade and hand them right in your hand.
I do the same, but with mine. And it's all ornate and everything. There is a Smith & Wesson stamp on the side, but aside from that, it's all been custom engraved and everything.
Nice.
Ivory handle.
Yep, Chocolat Bleu. This is something exquisite. You must have paid quite a pin. In comparison to his wooden handle is worn. You can take a moment. In fact, if you'd like to get a little bit, you know what? Just by looking at it, very well used gun. The smell of gun oil permeates all of it. Even though that it is worn, it's loved. Very, very loved.
It appears that you make a living off of this.
If you need a bullet in a thing, that's probably what I'd be the most useful.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind, absolutely.
Fair enough. My apologies, Mrs. Rose.
I'm going to look at the two of them and I'm going to go, you need less oil and you need more. And I'm just going to turn and head to the door.
You can follow his eye line. He's looking directly at the ass. I'm sure that your girls are ready to join you as hens.
And I am wearing a bustle. So.
Yeah, right. So it does. It clangs. I don't know what bustles were made of.
Well, no, they're just big and poofy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It's like a pillow
Yeah.
on the ass.
Yeah.
To make it bigger.
But Alister Hayworth, by the way.
The eyes are just following. Now the
Sir, make
three
a-
other women that are
Yeah.
following the train. And you get the handshake right there as the eyes follow. Yeah, at least we have some interesting companions on the train, huh?
Yeah, it appears so. Hopefully I see you around more often, Pierre. Where are you headed? Amarillo?
Of course not. There's nothing to do there anymore.
I would agree.
I mean, a bullet costs a lot when people can string you up for a particular person.
Isn't that the truth? So you're going a little further west?
Going to go to where the West ends.
See you there then.
He looks you up and down and takes a look into your room. You're going through the last stop.
Absolutely.
What have you heard of the last stop?
I have heard that it is exceedingly dangerous and exceedingly profitable.
A man of my own kind. Profitable, yes. Dangerous, yes. But this finery.
Somebody has to bring a little art to the West, yes?
And that is your perspective.
It's
Little
there to be built upon, and I like to bring what I enjoy. And believe me, I may not look it, but I know a thing or two about survival.
A man does not buy a Smith & Wesson unless he knows how to use it. And they get a danger or something different. But this is a gun that is beautiful but meant to be fired.
Yes.
Yes, as I can see as yourself as well. It's very nice. I hope you do well. That, Rose, she seems to know you.
We've had the pleasure of enjoying one another's company for the past couple of evenings.
So you've had a run in, huh?
Oh, a run in or two.
One or two. Yeah, I see you, my friend. Okay, I shall keep my hands off.
Oh, no,
But,
please, by all means.
Hands all over.
What the hell, man?
But I must, but...
Say no more. say
no,
more.
having got to meet Rose, I will say, roses have thorns.
Oh, that's good.
I am never worried about little pricks. Do not
Neither
worry.
is she.
Yeah, right. I think that like the last doors go. The wafting of the perfume is permutation. I mean, so Rose herself would wear one particular perfume, and the other smells with her girls would like legitimately accent it, like bringing her into the focus. And especially in the Wild West time period, something that smells like a desert rose would be outrageously useful because hygiene wasn't exactly what it is nowadays.
Yes, sir.
So just simply the smell, that wafting perfume in the air is, I hate to say it, but a little alluring. Yeah, so ready for lunch? Or at least a late, early dinner?
Yes, it appears everyone's meeting at the train car before we hit Amarillo. I might as well.
Yeah, if you're looking for maybe a little bit, perhaps we can speak some business before the stop of the train.
Please. Right. Gesture outwards.
You do see a moment that like he's aware that you want him to walk in front of him. He tries to find a gambit of not letting that happen and understands that, all right. You can see him stiffen for the first time. He does not like you walking behind him. And he keeps on gesturing backwards, like when someone like shuffle walks, trying to find a better angle on you. Like every posture of his, like every step is like he hates that you're behind him right now.
Just hear the steady tap of
Yeah,
my
right. The cane as he
Just-
walks. Yeah, you can see it irk him because he doesn't really have a good reason to. Like he starts and gestures to like part of the view, and like you just pause yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and he just son of a.
Takes us 30 minutes to get there now.
Yeah, right. You are behind Rose. You do catch up enough to see the little swingings of the skirts from the lovely ladies behind her. Barnaby has walked into your area with your new friend.
I didn't catch her name.
You haven't asked.
So, ma'am, I've introduced myself to you. Would you mind sharing your name with me?
Thistle.
Thistle.
Yeah, I'm spiky and poisonous, but I'm also a cure for the things that sometimes ail you.
planned on this train?
It's like I have a theme or something.
It's the botany train. Well, it is a pleasure to
My new
have
name is
made your
Joshua.
acquaintance, Miss Thistle.
Not bad.
Don't I swear to God, if I meet a Joshua later, I'm going to strangle you.
Yeah, no, I already have a gangrel. I don't need a Joshua. She's starting to liven up. That egg dose definitely did, squall her up. She, and she like, you know what I mean? Like, does
Right
the
in the
whole
cartoon.
thing.
She
Yeah, right.
was naked. And she sleeps very pretty.
All right.
She sleeps
Unlike,
pretty.
unlike Rose.
So she's just the opposite, like pretty in real life,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like, so like when she's asleep, she's like a fucking perfect angel,
Yeah.
and then like the mouth opens, the missing teeth, the smell of catfish.
Ugh.
Yeah, Mr. Barnaby, would you care to join us here at the bar?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you going to sit next to me, or are you going to sit on the other side of Miss Thistle?
I like your mustache.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely gonna sit.
Yeah,
next to
right.
Rusty.
Like you see the fingers coming out because you got the little poofs at the end, right? So she's just like,
I feel like my nostril hair is just curled up.
yeah.
You smell like death, too.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So you know what's powerful? It's cutting through.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Well, no, he had a bath.
Yeah, I washed.
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like you always have like a smell.
No, like,
of,
like another vampire would be able to smell like
Like the grave.
It's not decay. It's the settlement of a like going to go visit your mom. Like there's a certain smell of a graveyard.
Yeah, it's like
you know?
petrichor almost.
Yeah.
So, and she's just like, like like the moment you came in, kind of like what he was like the mouth was closed and everything, and you see that.
Yeah, Miss Thistle, this is my acquaintance, Mr. Barnaby.
Man,
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
All right. Like the head's down. It's very predatory.
Oh yeah, I'm super nervous now. All of a sudden,
Yeah, right.
for no reason.
Sean gets to be the lion this season.
Yeah, right. Are you one of those Mexicans? I've heard about you.
Little mixed blood.
Little mix? All right. I'll shake you up if you want to be more mixed up.
Can we get another drink?
Yeah, right. That's when you walk in,
I
Rose.
just pull my hat down a little bit.
One egg whiskey and you're ready to cheat on Johnny Rattlesnake or
Oh,
whatever.
you have not met Johnny Rattlesnake. Although I'm now going to change the name to Johnny Rattlesnake
it.
because
What
it's
was it? It was
funnier.
Jack something.
I forgot. I knew
No,
it was
it's
something.
now Johnny Rattlesnake because that couldn't be more stereotypical.
That's good. Thistle? Is her name really Thistle?
Thistle, yeah.
Okay.
But being a gangrel, in fact, you got to respect her hides. Like they're not easy to come by. I mean, she doesn't like she's obviously a hunter. This being from the outside world, that's usually, especially during this time period, like very much a man's profession. You've met trappers in your travelings. In fact, you'd probably have more experience with the humanity side with trappers than you would society side. So she just looks like a female version of all those men that you've met. You can tell just from her hat and everything.
Grizzly Adams with boobs.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Again,
Jesus.
I must reiterate.
Asleep.
She was an angel in her slumber.
All right.
Sleeping Beauty.
Her
waking
nickname
nightmare,
is Squatch.
you know.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. You got some mountain pussy over there, man.
That's not okay.
Yeehaw.
Episode title, Mountain Pussy.
It is definitely
Next t-shirt is a
No.
mountain and a cat. Yeah, right?
Season 3, Mountain Pussy.
Sounds like a sports team.
It
Yeah,
does.
right? Yeah.
I don't like
Coming
it.
up next, the mountain pussies.
I'm
No.
uncomfortable.
Cows
Stop
fuck
that.
Mountain Pussy.
I will walk in and I'll be like, "Oh, Mr. Flannery, Mr. Collins."
Good morning, Miss Rose.
You see a very pretty woman swing around with a Kinscoot hat, look at you and just she's gorgeous. Maybe one of your next girls, and then that big smile comes out, and you
I'm
can
gonna
just
go.
yeah, right.
Hello. We're just gonna find a table. And when y'all are done with your business, you are more than welcome, of course, to join us.
Thank you, ma'am.
She comes over, spins the cart like the chair around, sits legs up and straight.
Miss
You're pretty.
Miss Evans.
Thistle.
Thistle.
Your hands like you
How
go dancing,
charming.
like the whole hand just
Yeah.
like envelops it,
How-
like practically shaking you out of your chair.
How charming. Where is it that you got all of these wonderful skins from? Are they all?
Oh, I killed every single one
Are
of
they
these
all
things.
cured? Because
So-
something just does not smell quite right.
This one like stabbed me in the side, and
Oh,
it's like definitely like a wild boar,
Right.
like leathered out to it. She's like, and this one over here, she started like she's just telling you like
Is
these
that-
gruesome stories.
Is that buffalo?
Oh, you noticed? Isn't it nice? I think it really brings out my cheekbones.
It's the smell that gave that one away. We have what? Girls, why don't you run back to the car and get some of those scented oils that we have?
I'm gonna be oiled, and that's like when you walk in. Oh yes, and then, oh, what have I done? Yeah, right. You see Pierre go.
Does anybody know of that interaction?
No.
Okay.
I mean, like the conversation would be enough to hear, but I mean, I think that you're.
Alister is rubbing elbows with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So from your perspective, it would be. I know. I just got dive bombed by a fly.
It was earlier. There was the whole thing.
The
that
whole
happened.
thing. So what you know is, thank God, the attention has been taken away. Apparently, she has a eye for a mixed race. Right.
Who doesn't? I'm
Yeah,
just
right. There
saying.
you go. True story.
Hey.
But you do have some peace with Mr. Rusty. Pia Poof comes in and goes, "Holy shit, eh?" That one seems to be a little bit strange.
Yeah, it takes all kinds to survive in the West.
And I believe that she's going to go all the way there because she will not make it in Amaryllis.
So I want to do the introductions. Alister, this is Miss Thistle. Miss Thistle, this is another one of my acquaintances on the train here today. This is Mr. Alister.
Pleasure, I'm sure.
Double handshake.
I look at Pierre and I'm like, we haven't been properly introduced, sir.
Oh, this is my new friend, Pierre.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
I offer a handshake.
It is nice and firm. Give me a wits and awareness roll.
In the meantime, Barnaby's like petting the buffalo hide. He's really impressed with the craftsmanship.
Oh yeah, no, she killed it. She's a trapper, skinner, hunter,
Then he looks
tainer.
back at her
Fuck.
and shudders. What'd you get?
What did you rolling for again?
The handshake, what he's picking up from it.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Holy shit.
6.
So he knows ancestors.
Everything.
Or no, 5. 5, sorry.
Where his calluses are on his hands, it's not a normal protrusion. It is time and time and time and time pulling back a hammer for a gun. The strength that you feel over with 6 successes, you get a huge amount.
5.
Yeah, 5. Well, yeah, it's just close to the same thing. It's his hands unproportionized. Like it's not a normal grip from somebody. Like if you were going to go to a ditch digger, like those muscles that specifically do this particular thing over and over and
Right.
over again, you're getting this just from a man's hand. You can 6 successes. You can see that the contraction of his muscles and the large muscles on top are smaller where they should be for a normal person. It's more delicate, like as if huge amounts of strength, just very, very delicate precision on it.
Well, Rusty carries 2 6-shooters, so he's familiar with that.
Right. With the 6, you have an inference that this man lives and breathes by the gun. It's with 6, I'll give you that it's an obsession. This would be a person that would have like an OCD or whatever have you. Like if he's not shooting, he ain't happy.
Okay. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Pierre.
Yeah, you have the smell of the West upon you.
I'm headed home.
Yeah, el loco, huh?
Yes, sir. I have a ranch just north of the last stop.
You'll be a rarity upon this train. There's not a lot of people that survive the first engagement itself and are able to make a homestead.
Very true. We're coming into one of the more dangerous parts of our journey after we leave Amarillo.
I've been told. I've also been told that Amaryllis is quite a party town, eh?
It can be. It depends on your flavor,
Right.
what you personally interested in.
Well, I am a wild and crazy guy, so I should be having some fun. For anyone old enough to get the reference.
Call him Mr. Martin now. I pretty much stay to myself. I tend to my cattle when we get there, making sure everything's all right with them.
Have you had a problem of cattle theft?
Not while I'm around.
Take care of your own business, eh?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hayworth, you seem to have some pretty interesting friends.
Ah, well, when you get enough people of the earth on a train, you find similarities and differences between them. But so far, I've met only good people.
Right. There is a moment of like a jockeying for like position, right? Like, because all of you are chaotic fucking murderers. You know what I mean? Like truly
Apex predators.
Yeah, apex predators. And you're used to, especially the two of you, dealing with the Camarilla, you're used to dealing with other people. But humans that seem to not understand what you are, but like when you readjust a posture for an advantage of some sort, and they just naturally also,
Right.
Like-
Okay. Yeah.
Like that subtle dance of people trying to either take any form of advantage, it's quite off-putting because for most of you, you think of humans as prey. Since you've been on this train, I mean, even the bartender seems to have something going on with him. Just a moment of thought for
Most
you.
unusual.
Yeah. Yeah. As the train starts to slow down, you pick up your pocket watch.
It's about that time, ladies and gentlemen.
Hear the whistle start to scream, telling the town that it's going.
Thistle, is there a particular scent that you enjoy? Like, do you like the smell of pine trees or flowers or sable?
I already made like 5 jokes that were just completely inappropriate.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what like hot honey smells like in a summer day?
Kind of, sure, yes. I have something that has, a touch of honeysuckle in it, along with some other darker toned smells. Perhaps that could be my gift to you.
Are you telling me I got my first girlfriend?
I am.
I've never
definitely-
had one before.
Unfortunately.
Like, do we braid it? I've heard of braiding hair. It's like mine's just kind of a mess, and I
Yes.
don't know what you got to do with that. but
I'm afraid that neither of us have enough years left to untangle that mess that you have.
she looks sad. This is the first time you're really like noticing her. You
What?
realize it's the same girl, and she's like flashes back that that 3-tooth grin. I'd like you to make a composure and subterfuge roll to not vomit directly in the car.
Subterfuge.
God.
Yeah, you-
Not resolve. I don't know.
The tombstones in her mouth are shining very
okay.
brightly under the moon tonight.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll give you resolve if you're trying.
What about etiquette?
No, that'd make
Yeah.
it harder.
What?
Because you know it's wrong etiquette. I mean, you don't have to go do any hunting. So, yeah, I will let, if you want to disguise your disgust, that would be subterfuge. If you just want to choke it down.
I'm going to try to show you there.
All right.
I want to see you spew it everywhere.
It's not an easy pass. I mean, like, it's your feeding type.
I feel like that's not as chaotic.
2 successes.
Oh, yes.
You see,
I gotta spit up into my drink.
No. You have you seen the TikTok? Like, I didn't know it was tequila. The
Yes.
girl, yes. You have that a little bit of a moment, and like, you didn't do subterfuge, so people are going to see this. You don't puke, but you definitely have a.
Catch that out of the corner of my eye, and I just kind of nod.
Yeah,
I
right.
just set my drink down. I'm like,
Yep. That's inside you. That's inside you. The smell of catfish or
my apologies that you know when it goes down the wrong pipe and then it just chokes you up.
you see Chip kind of take notice. He's had a lot of interaction with you, but he picks back up your drink and gives you a little boom boom. Yep.
Thank you very much.
How does, he's not Irish. Sorry. 1 second.
You trying to find
Yeah,
Chip?
fuck all. No, he's still fucking Irish. All right, well, continue. Sorry. I'll get back to Chip as soon as I find my
we can just
English.
leave Chip. I'll just get off the train.
Yep, the door is
Still
still
moving.
open.
As soon as the train stops, I am just off the
Hands
train.
on your knees. Yeah. Rusty specifically.
I didn't know it was going to be this hard.
Yeah, right. Something does dawn on you. You do have a friend here, and you made a promise. I know that part of your character is that you keep your word. It's another cattle rancher in Texas, somebody that hooked you up with the quality that you got all the way down there. His word worked. You did get, I mean, you didn't get everything, but you got pretty close to some of the best cattle coming out of New York City. So he knows about the return visit. If you want to go, that is your choice. I'm just saying that he will remember you not going.
Oh, yeah, I would certainly stop by.
Sure. And he gave an invitation with you, your friends, or anyone you want to bring with, or
No, I think I would go by myself. This is more of a personal
all right.
thing.
Yep, you're gonna go see Mr. Patty Pie. That's who you're headed to go see.
Patty pie?
Patty Pie.
Write that one down too. There we go.
Would that be patty with D's or T's?
Tease, yeah.
Yeah, Paddy D.
D's.
Okay. Yeah, Patty. Just
I
take it.
refuse to write that down.
Yeah,
What's Thistle's last name?
you didn't ask.
Never asked her last name.
Curious. Is it
Crabgrass.
double syllable
Just-
and a single syllable?
It's just Miss Thistle. Do we really need more than that for
We
her?
do not.
We
she,
are-
is, she is singular in her impression.
She is a very unforgettable woman.
Yeah.
Right. You do see the security is kind of like clearing the car, letting everyone get, clean it down. You guys have already been on it for a couple days now. So this will be, from your itinerary that you have the evening when specifically Alister had set this up so that you would have all an evening out. So it is the proper time when you pull in. Do you have any business here specifically, Alister?
In Amarillo, not entirely, but I
Maybe
did.
facilitate a feed.
Yeah, just a nice middle ground to just relax, recoup.
All right.
Honestly, it was for if there's any unforeseen changes, Amarillo, I'll be able to reassess. But I wasn't expecting 3 friends. So, but I think I do go up to Rose. I'm like, oh, Rose, I would love to take a walk with you and your girls.
Yes, of course. We are on our way to the Grand Amarillo Hotel. There is a bathtub calling my name.
Actual spa day. That's fantastic. Barnaby, you hear all this. You can either go catch up with Rusty, do your own thing, hang out with Rose or Alister.
Well, Rusty's going to spend the first hour taking care of the cattle, make sure they're all in the corral, all the head are counted for.
Part of your contract, you do see a familiar servant of Mr. Patty Pie. He's looking there. He's got a clipboard and he big old smiles, like, just had. Good, sir. It's just good to see you again, Mr. Rusty.
Pleasure's all mine, sir.
African American gentleman, very well dressed.
I feel much better knowing that you are the one who attended to my cattle.
Oh, Mr. Pie said specifically to see that you were well taken care of.
Is he expecting my arrival?
Well, he was hoping for it, but he did
was-
not know if you're going to be joining him or not. I can arrange a carriage, but I have brought some of our physicians to look at your cattle to make sure that they can make the rest of the trip.
All right, that very well.
Yeah, perhaps there could be a exchange if some of them are not up to the next leg of the journey. Maybe we can give you some of our, like surprisingly enough, kind of like with you, Alister. There seems to be, when you met him the first time, there's almost like a friendship in between those two individuals.
Mm-hmm.
One does work for the other, but there's an understanding of the entire product that they're doing it for. Like, for example, he could send him to go make a business deal, and it would have the weight of
Right.
Mr. Patty's word.
Well, I believe that that was part of the arrangement so
Yes,
that you can diversify the genetic pool in your herd.
I mean, what you picked up is quite interesting.
I only have 2 specific requests. We've got the one longhorn there with the extra longhorns. I would like to keep that one.
All right.
And
Which one is your breeder?
and the female with the bell. She seems very pleasant, so I'd like to hang on to her as well. The rest of them, I will trust your decisions.
All right. He smiles and nods and makes detailed notes within his thing. I've arranged for a carriage, or would you like to stop someplace else? Do you have any other business, or?
No, sir. I'm here to take care of the cattle and to see Mr. Pie.
All right. And that's when you would see him about to get into you can go out on your own too, but those are the 3 places. You got a walk happening, you got a place going, or you can do your own.
Can I gauge how much they're looking for company?
I would,
Open invitation with all of us at this point, I would imagine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not him.
Well,
Oh, I
I mean,
suppose.
so what you would see is him.
Because he kind of.
Yeah, a person you've never met has a clipboard. He seems to be very dignified and refined, decent clothes, actually probably more than decent clothes, gesturing towards a carriage that was already there. You probably haven't picked that up again, Rusty. That doesn't really seem to fit. He just has a liaison someplace.
Yeah, right. I would expect that for him.
Yes.
Hayworth
that's-
behavior.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's very like a flip of the script almost. Actually, you do notice this, Mr. Alister. Like, no one's here for you.
I already knew that.
Yeah, but
I
like,
think it's just more interesting that somebody is there for Rusty.
Right,
I think
yeah.
just make a mental note for that.
yeah, there you go. That would be something. Maybe he's not as destitute as he appeared. Yep, your choice. Where you guys are going, just got to give me a direction. I know where you're going, Raj. Just got to figure out where you're going, with them or on your own.
I'm gonna go on my own.
Okay. Give me a. That's great. It's fantastic, actually. Let's see. Wits and. See if it's here. Animal kin. Give me a wits and an animal kin roll.
I like it.
Ooh.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
4. Getting into this town, the bustle again. You've been getting a little bit of a break, rolling through town from town, because there's huge gaps of just no society. You know, even though that you are contained on this particular train, it's nice just to be out in the open. You get that kind of like squeezed in feeling again, being around a large society. Amaryllis is a gorgeous spot. Texas pride running through it. It's the very tip of Texas where 3 rivers do connect. It's a part of trade. It is a fertile ground. They're just starting like huge cattle and food production in this area that is just completely flat. What a great place to farm. Something that is flat as a saucer. A lot of people have come. A lot of new ideas have come here. You can even see some of the first sparkling lights that do not have flame. Kind of fucks with your head for a second.
Yeah.
Almost like a baby rattle. Calling you out from the outskirts of town.
I follow.
All right. Give me one more roll. A wits and awareness roll. It's going to be high. We're looking for 2 8s.
Ooh.
Wow. I believe in you, Sean.
Every time, I always drop 1.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
Get a
you will.
motherfucker?
1, 2, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're walking away from the train, you like you have like a certain pattern of walking, right? You do hear slightly out of step, but somebody was walking like right behind you in your footprints. You know what I mean? Like just slightly out of step. With 6 successes, you also have a small smell of catfish.
Oh, shit.
Like if you look around, like
You know.
you don't even have to look
I don't know.
around.
I
You're
already-
just with 6 successes, you have an understanding that Thistle is following you.
You'll go to see the tombstones in the actual
God
moonlight.
damn it.
But you can turn around, address her, anything. You can keep on going where you're going.
Break onto a dead sprint.
Right.
Yeah.
Lost another one.
Jeez.
Well, I like when they run.
I use fleetness.
Woo-wee.
I'll slow my pace a little bit.
It does.
It's hard cut to Barnaby
Same.
hog.
Pause with you, you know.
Then just
Crying.
bring it to a stop and look the other direction, or look her direction.
So you don't seem to want to go to any of the bars. Bars are that way.
Yeah, I do my drinking on the train. It seems good.
What's calling you out there? You see, she's no longer like flirting with you. Like now, this is just kind of it's a weird place to want to go.
It's just open space. Being cooped up in that train, I don't want to just be staring at walls. So I'm trying to get away from them.
I feel you. I feel you. Thing I can feel.
It's nice to be alone every once in a while.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Subtle.
Yeah, right.
No subtlety there.
She's like, I may not be the sharpest tool in the drawer, but I can even cut wood. That's fine. Enjoy your subtle time. I just was admiring the way that you were walking.
Oh, nothing personal, man. Just
It just seems like you were about to go on a hunt and like slicks back her like 2 fingers, like slicks back her beaver hat. No, I'm just good on one.
no, not at all. Nothing of the sort.
Like, not if you want to try to deceive her. No. All right. Yeah. Yeah. She sees a lie. She sees a go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? She's just like, no, I'm going to do a thing. She's like, all right. But I know a hunter when I see one. It doesn't seem like flirtatious. It seems like, and like in this light, other when she's sleeping, not attractive, but like a person that you would respect hunting with you.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a werewolf?
No.
Have you heard of them?
Yes.
You're something.
Fuck.
Something.
Got it.
Your gangrel senses are tingling.
Yeah, tingling.
Does Barnaby carry a gun?
Yes. 1 6-shooter, 1 knife.
Okay.
It's just a.
I was just wondering if you were going out hunting and you didn't carry a gun or anything.
no.
That would have been.
Yeah.
Glint. Like just a glint. Just like Baki, you know, when they go to the red stripes.
I just
a
kind of
glint.
give her I can hold my own, tip my hat.
All right, precious.
Ma'am.
Good luck with that rattle. And she turns around.
She knows.
And we're in the desert outside.
Continue to walk.
Texas is weird. It's
Yep.
it's the forever horizon line. Like, you know, like in Vegas, boom, right there. But like, you know, in Vegas, like we're in a bowl, right? So when you look out and you're like, oh, it's just desert. It's really not. You always see the end of the mountains. Like you're just in this large bowl no matter where you go. That's where it is like most of the country. Texas is flat. It almost feels like being on a ship because that horizon line just goes. It just continues, something that you've never seen or experienced. As that rattle keeps on driving you closer and closer and closer to something that it's just almost instinctual as you walk. And we'll come back to that, okay?
Sure.
The nice, wonderful air. You can see civilization. Both of you, first of all, a Toreador.
Yes.
Damn, did they do good.
Electricity.
Yeah,
Oh.
right. I mean, like, this
Light
thing.
bulbs, lamps.
I
Yes.
mean, like, and,
Cabaret.
and Mr. Hayworth, this is what you plan on. This is what you want to build for yourself.
Well, maybe
this is currently
less cattle. But
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is the last stop of like society. But you
For
want,
now.
yeah, but yes, that's where your head is. You're just like taking it in. They have some of the big, amazing advancements. You hear a toilet flush in someplace. That's a whole new noise. You don't even know what it is. You just hear a. How exciting!
I will loop arms with Alister as we walk, and I'll say, so, Mr. Hayworth, is this your vision for your little town?
I would like to bring this level of success to as far west as we can, yes. And I would like to be at the center of that success.
What sort of role do you think I could fill in your vision?
Well, you said you are a businesswoman of sorts, and you sell flesh
I have my girls, yes.
and booze.
Yes.
And where there is a town, there is a need for such
For
specific
flesh and booze.
refreshments.
Yes, of course.
So I think it would be an excellent addition that would bring in a lot of new blood.
Yes, and we both know and understand that new blood can be very important.
Absolutely. Speaking of new blood, that Pierre
Yes.
is dangerous.
I got that feeling as well. My girls were immediately taken with him, and that was a number one red flag.
I would recommend you really hammer in the importance of how dangerous the West is to these girls.
Oh, they realize.
Because he has an interest in your girls and in you.
Well, who doesn't? But aside the point, flattery gets you everywhere. I do feel that he is not all that he seems. I believe that there is, how to put it, he does have interesting ambition, I believe, and I don't know that it's going to complement what our plans are.
No, I believe his curiosity is of a predatory instinct
Well,
He doesn't strike me as a man who is just weak to the flesh of women. He is looking for something.
well, you must understand that my girls have been specifically chosen, and they were
Take 13.
Now I can't say it. That was just gone. That was just gone.
Actually, let's take a break here because I gotta pee so fucking bad.
Oh,
but
no.
we're gonna jump right back into that conversation because I love where we're going.
Okay.
Yep.
Learn how to
Back
say
into
the
it.
word.
Yes, I'm gonna practice.
God damn.
Okay, there now.
Oh,
Do it again.
welcome back to Vampires
Take
and Vitae.
two.
Thank you so much for joining us at our table. We're going to start back where we just left off.
On 106.5, the heat.
Yes.
So, my girls were chosen specifically
Yes, we did it!
for their appearance to be demure, but their attitude to be ferocious.
It's good to know. I just, I worry that we will have a constant voyeur for the foreseeable future.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and rub elbows as best I can, but I do not trust the man. His gun is well worn, and his gait is very steady.
One of the things that is wonderful of being of my persuasion of the female sex, we do tend to be underestimated.
Hey, if you want to fuck him and kill him, that's great.
Oh, I have no intentions on, as you so charmingly put it, fucking. But,
You do see a little bit of cackle from your hands behind you.
yeah. But the killing can be done. No problem, I'm sure.
I would consider that the words "no problem" might be a bit of an underestimation. It scares me a little.
I'm saying that perhaps someone much closer to you, you should also be a bit afraid of. And she stands back and she says, I'm currently carrying 3 guns. Can you tell where?
There's not a bulge in her bonnet.
That isn't
Wait, I
supposed
can't
to be
do-
there.
Actually, tell you the
I
truth.
can't do wits and awareness.
Yeah, you can. You know what? I want that roll to happen.
Absolutely.
Wits and awareness as you look at a skin tight dress, with the exception of a bonnet.
She's got a great tuck.
Who knows where that Derringer came from?
She went to Target.
Oh, God.
Not Walmart.
I did get 3 successes.
Okay, first of all, where are the guns?
So my small Derringer is in a garter underneath all of my skirts.
All right.
My Colt Peacemaker is there's like a long pocket that goes from her hip and it kind of swings around to the front where it's the skirt is like ruched and bunched up, so it hides behind that bunch. But it's expected to be there because of the fashion, so it's not suspicious at all. And she has another Peacemaker that is kind of the same situation. Like the guns kind of like swoop in
Like
with the
in your
fabric.
ruffled skirt.
Yeah,
No booby talks.
no booby talks.
But with 3 successes, yeah. Expertly hidden, though. I mean, like, you just rolled really well. And I'm sure that throughout your time with the Camarilla, you've met some dangerous women, too. So I think it's like your history with being, like, in that cutthroat world. You're able to ascertain all 3 successes. I mean, yeah, that's that's somebody that is very, very proficient at doing that.
I think I take a moment and then I tap the gun on your thigh, and I
Did you see like a strickening of all 3 girls at once? Like immediately change their posture. Like they were laughing and but when you went and touched her gun, you see them all
It's
like in unison.
I just pat it like twice. I didn't say you weren't dangerous. I said he scares me.
I'm saying I'm here to protect you, Alister. You have nothing to fear.
Puts your hands back out,
Well, I'm hungry.
Town is yours. It is gorgeous. They haven't paved roads, but the dirt ground is well worn. It is obviously the stuff in between. You don't see any trash. You don't see any problem. Like there's no people asking for change. Right next to the train station, this is one of the nicer parts of Amaryllis. You can smell the fresh water and almost hear the sounds of streams that are coming through because it really is like this cool connection of 3 different rivers that go off in different tributaries.
And knowing that you do have the fine taste that you do have, Mr. Hayworth, I do have a room here that I do intend to use for the majority of the evening. However, if you would like to have a bath yourself, you are definitely more than welcome.
I think I might peruse the hotel. It is good for my feeding type.
Understood.
Name of the hotel?
Yep.
But I can't say no to a drink in a
Yeah, no, that's
You mean you're not following Thistle?
you know, as much as I want to burn that bridge.
the Grand Amarillo Hotel.
that's going to be a hard burn to bridge. All right, yeah, Amarillo Hotel. Yeah, I mean, come on, why not just name it after the idea? It works. It's where did you get this information? You have it, but how did you get it?
Well, I mean, being of the Camarilla that we're now currently running from, she would be aware of
you're gonna-
things and locations in other areas. This
So-
would be information that she would have.
So this is specifically a
Gathered.
non-Camarilla hotel.
Well, it's a non-Camarilla hotel in what is understood to be a Camarilla city.
So you're going to a speakeasy, essentially.
I guess so, yeah.
All right. As you walk through, you do see a house of ill repute. The first one, like a whorehouse, essentially. The next building over seems to be like a medicine area. You know that's exactly where you want to go.
Right.
You knock on the door. A woman in an abath. What's it called? What's the crown called? I'm not saying it right. Abath.
What?
I don't know.
Like a wimple?
Yeah.
No, what a nun's
Oh,
habit.
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 Are you guys just making words up?
No, it's
No,
a habit.
no.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
This is a whipple?
No,
Yeah,
wimple.
It's a
Wimple.
It's like that. It's like that. Like the, you know, like the little
I'm
the
sorry.
milkmaid wears the little.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's
I didn't know what it was called
right,
either.
right.
bonnets. They're like
The
tight on the
hats.
back,
Yeah,
and they
right.
got a big frill that comes up at the front, and they tie under the bottom.
Bonnet.
They used to wear them in Little House on the Prairie.
Bonnet.
Right.
Don't burden me with the responsibility of educating you.
Wow. Shots goddamn fired.
Jesus.
Yeah, right.
Why don't you learn your
Yeah,
hats?
that's How dare
Sorry,
you.
it's not a starter cab.
Yeah,
It's not a snapback.
right. Ooh-wee. Oh. All right,
At least
yes.
you didn't say turban. All right, we're good.
Yeah. Hey. I wasn't even. All right.
We haven't
That would
gotten
be-
to that one
That
yet.
would be a sick burn.
Yeah.
Sick is
Oh my God.
So funny.
Save us. We're devolving.
mountain pussy.
It took a long time this week.
So a
did,
nun,
yeah.
a nun with a habit opens the door. It is slightly askewed. You
Bad
can-
habit or
Like smoking.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Well, it
right,
is.
yeah,
It's
right.
not on
She
straight,
is
so-
smoking. Actually, a cigarette is out of her mouth. You smell whiskey coming off of her breath.
I will hold my hand over my
one
shoulder.
squinty eye, one little eye, one squinty eye, one little eye.
Put a hand over my shoulder, and one of the girls will put one of my bottles of whiskey in my hand, and I'll hand it to her and say, I believe this is the price of admission.
From you,
Your model?
yeah,
My
looking really close to you.
my goddamn mouth.
Sorry, you happen to be Rose.
I am, yes.
Straightens up. So you're the protector of girls in bad circumstances.
I have been known, yes.
You have a specific problem when it comes to the church, right? One of your flaws.
I have a folkloric name for crosses and the such.
There is a cross, not large, but there is a cross on her, and she has true belief. So it's slightly a repelling aspect of her. It's like standing next to somebody that has really bad BO. All right. Welcome in, Miss Rose.
And you are?
Connolly.
Connolly. Sister Connolly, I assume?
Matron Connolly.
Okay. Matron Connolly?
I've been told from you bought quite a room here. A little bit of privacy.
I am longing for a bath.
We can take care of that. But we'll do a ring with you. And she's not looking towards the girls. She was
Yeah.
expecting the girls.
Yeah. This is my good friend, Mr. Hayworth.
Hayworth.
A pleasure.
I've heard that name once or twice. What are you doing here in Amaryllis? Are you going to go all the way to the west?
That is the plan, yes.
So, right companion for Mrs. Rose. Are you a bodyguard?
A friend.
Friend.
I don't think Rose needs. Okay.
Like that, like
Just normal.
stony composure kind of breaks for a second. She steadies herself and tries not to act as drunk as she is.
Exactly.
That is the exact sound she makes. Well, you seem to have some interesting friends, Mr. Rose.
We mean no harm. We mean no trouble.
What you're trying to do is get away from the Camarilla.
What we're trying to do is get a bath.
Well, welcome in to the Fallen Maiden. She opens the door. It's very clean, like what you'd get out of like an ABBA. I mean, like it's very, very starch angles. You do see a couple crosses. Not the same effect, though, that you would have. Like, not the same. The power's coming off of her. Like her one cross. Very small. But when you walk in and you see the other crucifixes, it doesn't bother you that much.
So they haven't been like,
Blessed.
yeah.
True faith is very specific. It's a power that an individual can create within themselves when devolving into any faith. You could be a believer in any deity and have true faith with that. It would do the same thing. It's just God versus the immortals.
Yeah.
It's a nice place, quiet. You don't see any other restrictions there. Follow her up to the room.
Yeah.
All right. Large, very large. When you get all the way up there, there are no crucifixes. You can see like that burnt place of, you know, when you put something on a wall for a while and it leaves a stain. Like you can see that they've been taken down specifically for this.
Right.
It's a bit of relaxation over here for dear.
Well, yes, it has been a few days on that train, and, well, I prefer the creature comforts. That's why we're here on this stop.
You see, I've decided to change the deal
Change the deal.
a little bit. I think that there are people in the West that could truly use the voice of God. If that's okay with you, I'll happily travel with you.
You would like to come to the West, a place known for lawlessness, and
Or I could just simply tell the Camarilla that you're here.
I guess we would be happy to
I
welcome
mean,
you
they're,
aboard.
they're literally next door.
Yeah, I know. Yep, that's true.
Misses the cabinet when she's trying to lean on.
Yeah. I can request an extra cot be delivered to my car, I suppose.
Sounds fucking fantastic.
Charming. Charming.
You can stop lying to me now, Dara. It's fine. You don't need to like me. But I am going to come with you.
I have very little doubt that that's what's about to happen.
Say Hayworth. Are you part of her regiment? Or,
Oh, no, he's not one of my girls.
yeah, you know, the West is quite open.
That's fantastic news. A whole new income stream.
I am my own man.
That's what they all say in the beginning, dearie. Pounce you on the shoulder.
You're getting pimped out.
No, Alister is not of my ilk. He is an upstanding businessman by all accounts. Very serious about his leisures.
A businessman.
Yes.
Isn't that grand?
We all have our vices.
I imagine that you need to express one of the two of your vices while you're here. A little stop that we have before we run our ways to the West.
Ideally.
Can you be a little bit more specific? Perhaps we can put a lid on the extravagance of possibly your wishes while you're here and still allow you to have them. You don't want to be picked up from the Camarilla.
Oh, I just need a room key to a room that's already occupied.
Do you like them when they can't put up a fight?
Oh, I'm not a fighter usually, unless I need to be.
She takes a second and looks at your gun.
They won't even know I was here. It's kind of my brand.
Unintrusive it will be. All right. I'll accept this. And she, like, hands you a key. I'll tell you what it looks like when you get there, whenever you're ready to do it. But you are given your own room. You're given your own room.
Just like a skeleton key, like a master lock.
It appears to be a skeleton key.
Card key.
Yeah, right. It's a card. 1800.
But,
They're magnetically locked. This is.
yeah, right?
You don't have to pull the door handle?
Yeah,
I
Just
thought
open?
the
I
toilet
just, like,
was impressive.
Credit card to slide.
Yeah, right?
It's really just a shimmy for the lock.
I
Got a
would,
security camera?
yeah, right. I would suggest not killing any of the people here.
Hadn't planned on it.
I think we have ourselves an accord then. All right. Get upon your business. And she'll, like, walk into the room with you.
Yep.
The hotel is yours. You have a key for all of it.
Cool. Time to go shopping.
Yep.
He winds up in Thistle's room.
I was going to say, make sure you check them out.
Look for the tombstones.
It is an abbey, so there'll be mostly nuns here, but it is early night. I mean, that's part of the practice of waking up early and blah, 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 go to bed early.
Yeah.
So, I tell you what, someone hand me a D20.
You have the big one.
Yeah, I had the big one.
Oh, the big guy.
No,
that
fuck
guy.
that. That thing is weighted, bro.
It's not weighted.
Dude,
It's not weighted.
not rolling that
If
piece.
you roll a
of shit.
5, we
Give him
know
the
it's
other big
answer.
one.
I will take the other big one that I hate over
This
that.
one's cursed. That one's not.
Yeah, that one's weighted,
Not for
though.
Sean.
All right, so
Just that one time. Let's not get.
for nice and easy, we're looking through 1 and 5. For a little bit difficult, you'll be going up to 10. For extremely painful for you, you'll be at the very top of it, and then the middle is going to be so it's 5, 5, 5, 5s.
I had 19, so it was just.
Fuck.
Fucking
Piece of cake.
Mother
bitch.
Superior.
Blood's gonna burn.
Yeah, it is.
Can you tell me what actually happens with your aversion to like crosses and whatnot? Like, is there a specific?
I think I physically can't
Yeah.
enter.
Yeah.
Like if I were to open a room and it was like holy ground or blessed or something, I there's nothing I can do.
All right, so you do get to a
Or
door.
if like somebody threw a cross at me, it would burn.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, so that's how I can look at it.
Or if I eat a pizza with a little too much garlic on it,
Yeah,
it
right.
irritates my throat.
Big trouble.
Yeah, right. As you grab the door handle to get into a room, you can hear the person sleeping in there. You get as if
Nope, not that
yeah,
one.
right, like as if the actual like you look down and there's a small burn on your hand, like a chemical burn. You look at the door and like.
I'm gonna keep rolling that D20. I'll keep rolling
Yeah, I mean like
because I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna mosey on.
you can mosey on from that one.
I got a whole hotel. I don't
All
need
right.
to. I need to.
Go ahead.
Fucking stick my dick in a blender.
Don't knock it till you try it.
You get to try it once.
Okay, is that a 1 or a 20? That's a 20.
That's a 20,
All right, cool.
Oh fuck!
This is. I need to go up a level or something.
You hit a 20. The first one was a 19. The second one was a 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I need to roll low, and this dice fucking sucks. I'll tell you.
Told you it was cursed.
I
Tried to
know.
give you the big one.
That one. Wow, they fucking give me that shit. One.
It's gonna be a 1.
16. No.
Yeah, it would have been better than that.
Better.
Fuck it.
All right, brother.
Here goes.
This hurts.
Everything hurts.
As you go to open the second door, you know the softness of a hymn? Before the big crescendos or the music, there's just a sound of like, it's like the sound of the anticipation of the audience sitting in a church, especially during this time period when everything sucked. And just that feeling of being in a clean room that like is way better than your house. There is a possible hope of something being better than your shitty ass life. You know what I mean? This was a really hard time to live. That's why people were so religious back then. that moving presence of what a church is when you open the door washes over you. You see an old man sitting at a desk, and the sound of the page being flipped from his Bible is heavy, like the sound of a cell being closed on a prisoner's door. He straightens up. How about you enter, lost child of mine?
Oh no, it just appears they gave me the wrong key. This is obviously this is occupied, or I'll go have a word with.
Ah, it's fine. I've been sitting here waiting for you.
Well, that is weird. And I can close the door.
Before you close the door, give me a wits and awareness roll.
Run.
Turn into a bat. Fly out the chimney.
The West is hard, man. This is not. This is not.
Three successes.
You smell death. Before you close the door, you smell death.
Okay.
Does not compute. You smell death.
3 successes, that's all you get?
You've heard of some crazy Italians doing shit.
Is that like death coming from the guy in the room?
You've heard of crazy Italians doing shit.
No, run.
I'm just gonna go downstairs. I am going to leave the skeleton key on the table, and I am going to just leave. I'm just leaving. I'm like, nope. This place fucking sucks, Rose.
All right. So, I
don't know
That's what
what-
you're doing.
Can't hear you over the splashing of my wonderful bath.
I'm like, I don't know what she's into. I don't know what she's gotten, but like the camera was bad. This is beyond me.
All right.
Go find the prince and make peace.
I will I will have sleep for dinner if I need to.
You walk out the building. At the moment the door closes behind you, that presence, you met a Giovanni during this time period.
Oh, God.
Do you even know what a Giovanni is? Have you been introduced to Giovanni?
No.
Yeah, something was weird because there was true faith, but with the power of a vampire behind it. So that was interesting. Mm-hmm. That feeling kind of, you shake out as you take a couple steps down this street. Looking at it now is dangerous. It was really nice when you were walking around with the beautiful ladies of a Toreador. Mrs. Rose, ingenue made you feel safe. You also realize you just left her in there with a Giovanni in there. You don't know what that is, but like...
Yeah, there's a saying, you made your bed, sleep in it. So either she's aware or she can deal with it.
Yep.
You're such a
I'm
bitch.
not dealing with it. I'm not.
I'm sorry.
At the moment you...
I'm getting to the west. I don't know about you guys.
At the moment you close that door and have that like off shake, you do see coming in one direction the man in a snake white vest walking towards you almost expectantly. And you can flee the other way or you can walk towards the guy.
I think I'm just going to keep walking the way that I'm walking.
So away from him.
If he was coming from behind me?
No, like you're on a street. Like you walked out. To the right would be empty spot, or you have I don't know if you ever caught his name. Did you ever catch his name?
No.
The very jacked black individual that's walking with a
From the train.
yeah, the shovel.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him a top hat, a little nod.
Are you wearing a top hat?
Yeah, always.
I love it.
Mr. Haywood.
So good.
I was wanting to have a private conversation with you.
I would love a private conversation.
Please
lead the way.
Yeah, right. It seems like you got a couple problems following you, and you see him bite into his fingers, and, like reach down to the dirt, and they clump up, like like when you're bleeding and you rub dirt into it, like it makes like a little like makeshift Band-Aid for a second. And he flicks them both behind you, and that door was about to open behind you, like where you just left. It closes. I think we have a few things to discuss. I know a place.
Yeah. Places sound good. I'm so clammy.
Yep. Don't worry, Mr. Hayworth. I think that you and me are going to become the best of friends. This big maw just lands on your shoulder, and he
I'll
starts
take
walking.
it.
Yep, starts walking you over. All right, Rusty. As the carriage starts bringing you up to where you go, a familiar sight of multiple torches lead the way towards this beautiful home, ranch, pitched roofs to make sure that the snow, everything seems to be as an expert made them, but there seems to be like a little bit of design. Like, you know, the husband was like, I need it this way. And the wife was like, I'll make it nice. You know what I mean? Like, so it's
Just an
very
extra little
practical.
flair.
Yeah, it's very practical. It's very like all the things that you would do, but like there is a little bit of like taste and culture or just family almost. As the carriage arrives and opens, a familiar house that you've seen, whitewashed, gorgeous columns, almost reminds you of a little bit of like New Orleans feel to it. This is Mr. Pye's mansion.
Tip my hat to the cart driver and toss him a coin.
Yep. He like almost wants to give it back, but he feels this is okay. This is okay. And practical. You know.
I reckon you'll be here to pick me up in a little while.
No. Sir, I've been told that you only have 4 hours to be here, and I shall get you directly to the train before it leaves.
I appreciate it. Thank
Yes, sir.
you.
It's a young chap.
Then I turn and head towards the house, knock on the door, and step back.
Got one of those big knockers. Come.
I take a step and a half back away from the door.
5'4" gentleman opens the door. Big hat, like past his shoulders. Perfect.
10 gallon.
Yeah, right. 10-gallon hat going over there. Nice large thing on the top of it. Looks up to you and goes, "Some bitch, you lived.
Yeah, I made it.
Welcome on in. You come in right now. Let me give you a hug." And he's like just in the mid-60s. You're like 6'2".
Yeah, something like that.
Big old hug in the center. Shit, I figured that they were going to put you out to dry.
No.
They try to cheat you as you're being walked into it.
Well, I didn't get exactly what I requested, but I got more than what he was willing to give.
Yeah, those New York fucks.
Exactly.
How much do they bleed you?
It was about 25%.
See him take a spit back in the whiskey that he had at 25. I'm going to make a phone call.
Yeah,
That's-
he tried to get me for 75.
So my apologies.
That's all right.
I mean, like, that's...
You're
they
here,
just-
not there.
that is
I know it
completely
would've gone-
unacceptable.
I know it would have gone differently if you'd been there with me.
I just want to say that will be addressed in the back end. I will.
Much
That's-
appreciated.
You're giving me good information right now. You see his wonderful wife. She's a little bit heavy-set woman, just outrageously fabulous in her garb. She's a little bit like a peacock, you know, like too many colors. And
Scarlett
whatnot.
O'Hara.
Oh, very much. You know, just walking down the stairs. Mr. Hayward, you're back in town. Thank God. I was a little worried about you, how they treat you in New York, and kind of retreat the same things and pleasantries. And like she's just, that is not fine. Some refreshments. Can we help you?
No, sure. Actually, if you have some coffee or some of your delicious sweet tea, Mrs. Pye.
You flatterer. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Yeah, we'll get the people. Starts moving the crowd around for everything. It's not that they were set up for dinner, but they were told that the train was coming in. So this is more like a private. Both of them seem to just come from like the salt of the earth, you know?
What was the name of the of Mr. Pye's assistant, the black guy who was handling the? I would have known his name. But
Yeah, you would have. I'm sorry, I dropped it too. I said it, didn't write it down. Shit. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to, or unless we can come up with a fun one. Anybody, by the way? Okay, there we go. People watching at home, you get to name that assistant. All right, we'll use that.
I let him know when I got off the train.
Yep.
Your fellow was there. He was taking care of everything for me. Mighty fine. He was doing an excellent job. I appreciate that service.
There's a reason that we trust him as much as we do. Honestly, I don't think I'd find my own ass without him. But now that you're in town, You sure you want to go?
Yes, you knew I had to get back to my ranch. I've got a couple of fellas there looking over some things, and I have faith in them, but there's untoward things out there that they may not be able to handle.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, sir, before you left, because I want a production line, and no one has the balls to go out there and make one for me. There's a whole lot of unused land in between where you are currently and where you're going to end up. What are your thoughts about using some of that unused land and sending me back some product so I can make some profit for both of us?
What kind of products are we talking?
Talking about actually aged leather. The Europeans are all about it right now. So if you can make a tanning area and send me back the product before it's finished. Because the problem is that I got a middleman that wants to charge me twice the amount of the cow. Every leather thing I make costs pretty much amount to sell it. Now, if you get yourself a tanner out there, where life is cheap.
I may have just met one recently that I might be able to work with.
No kidding.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, how about a certain amount of jackets for a certain amount of new cows? That way you don't have to make the trip back up to the assholes there in New York City.
That sounds like it may work out. Let me get in touch with this person and see if I can make it accord with this particular person. And if so, I will get a message back to you by telegram, and we can certainly work that out. If I can't make the deal with this particular person, it may take me a little while to find a good tanner. I wouldn't do any shoddy work.
Oh, no. That's why we're good friends, my friend.
Absolutely.
All right. Some brandy is being poured in the background. Everything seems to be good. The handshake does happen. It's genuine. Like, I hate to say it, but man, if you were still alive, this would be like a lifelong friend. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? This would be somebody that just respects the fuck what you're doing. And he is in a position of power from what he's already done. He's already worked it up all the way to the top. Now he's just trying to cut out the middlemen from his production line. The handshake is done. It's fantastic. We're going to leave you right there. You're going to have a great evening. In fact, you get a spa day.
All right.
All right. Is there anything that you don't like to eat other than cattle, or is cattle your favorite?
Cattle is what I need, but I can eat food.
Okay. Well, beautiful dinner is provided. You can enjoy that.
So it looks normal.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. He's not aware that you're a vampire. He just thinks that you're a tough fucking businessman.
Right.
I'm going to leave you right there for that part. Feeling like your business is good and maybe you have another business thing to do on the train when you get back. That rattle. Brings you out about 2 hours out of the city. Enough to make your boots uncomfortable. When's the last time that you were out in the wild? You know you went to New York. So when's the last time that you had that open area?
Probably not too far from when I got to New York. Probably normal.
Last couple of months. Mm-hmm. That fresh air feels good, especially because you're looking at a clean line. The city's on your back, but what you're looking at is a brand new way of looking. Like you're looking towards the west, where you're going. I'd like you to make me with an awareness roll as you continue to go into some beautiful areas of sagebrushes.
Oh,
Mother. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, mother what? 'Cause that looks good to me.
Take that one. Four? Mm-hmm. Yeah, four.
Right.
4 successes.
When snakes breed, they breed in a pit. Lots of them. Mm-hmm. Males, it's like a whole tangle of snakes interwound and twining in between each other.
It's also how Rose breeds.
Fair enough.
They call it a snorgy.
Yeah, right. But it's this huge tangle of snakes that you hear as you're walking through. You can hear that like a very large amount of rattlesnakes specifically, the tails going through. As you see this combining, intertwining, essentially ball of snakes in the middle of a breeding pattern. You see one of them come up. Not a cobra, a rattlesnake. The head does move, it kind of tracks upon you. Slithers out, looking very intensely. We'll decide to stand up. What would you like to do?
Get naked.
Yeah. Seems like the appropriate thing to do.
Crawl into the ball.
It's lone by itself, but the ball is all together, and it's kind of like
It's almost like it's protecting the rest of it. It's definitely the alpha. It's the largest that you've seen in it. The body's way thicker than you've seen a rattlesnake. This thing seems to be the alpha. It stopped its fucking. Cows don't just fuck, snakes fuck too.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And it is...
Who interrupts my orgy?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You have a way to talk to animals, so if you'd like.
I just kind of look at him and I'm like,
Yeah, it's big.
Tell them your
like,
name is Ricky Tikki Tavi.
yeah, no.
You gonna kill that snake?
No. I'm just going to kind of look at it and I'm going to say I'm no threat to you, sir.
All right. Is there a roll involved?
Sure. I'll roll.
No. Is there like to use that ability?
I don't know.
So it depends. Do you want it to go one-way communication or do you want two-way communication?
Two-way communication.
Two-way? Okay. Can you pass me the book? I can't remember. I'm sorry, Sean.
Two-way communication is a role. I think one-way
I think
communication
so,
is
yeah.
not.
I think you're right on that.
Refer.
Tested.
Feral
Now the
whisper.
snake has to make a wits and awareness roll.
So it's manipulation and animalism, charisma and animalism, one rouse check per type of animal chosen for the scene. Allows one summoning and unlimited communication. Free when used on Familius. So if he's already bonded with it, then he doesn't have to roll.
After he bonds, he doesn't have to.
But you have to do a
So
rouse
like
check.
the cow, he's
Yeah.
cool with now.
Yeah.
Yes. So first a rouse check.
Okay.
So one of these guys.
Am I not trying to roll?
You don't want a 1, you don't want a 0.
3.
Hey, no problem. Your hockles come down.
And then we're doing a manipulation and animalism, which would be 2, 5.
Yep.
Fuck.
You only get 2.
You're about to get
So
bit.
reroll that 10. And burn a willpower point and reroll one of your fails. If you want.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
And then just one of the fails is all I'm
Or
rolling?
do you roll all of the failures?
It just adds an additional dice to your roll. So you don't get rid of a fail. You just add
Reroll
additional
one.
dice.
So I'm currently on 1 right now, right?
Yep.
Oh, 9.
Coming through clutch.
You got it. Two was the moment. You do see that. What was your exact line? You come to my orgy. Yeah, right, yeah.
Disrupts my orgy.
All right. My family grows.
I got him pencil already. Yeah, we're good.
You have come, Melder of Earth.
You say what?
Melder of Earth.
Hello.
What brings you to my pile?
I heard you.
From the wind.
Curiosity brought me here.
The head just continues to move.
Mm-hmm.
What are your intentions for my family?
None. No intentions. Just came to see the scenery.
Will you stay here?
No,
You want to watch?
That's what I got. He came just to watch those snakes fuck.
I mean, have you ever seen snakes fuck?
It's actually
have.
terrifying.
Have you ever seen Almost Heroes with Chris Farley and Matthew
I
Perry?
haven't, no.
It's such an underrated gem. There's just one where Matthew Perry's character finally finds him and he's just watching the pigs fuck. He's just like, Why?
Yeah,
he's like, where I'm from, this is good entertainment. We used to dress him up as the king and queen of France.
Jesus. Well, no, I mean, like, because animals wouldn't have, like, hang-ups of it. I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
like, it's more
It's
like...
like foreplay. They're just fucking.
What's up, Fred?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You try to wiggle?
Except that pigs have an orgasm for like 20
I'm
minutes.
having a wiggle pit tonight if you're trying.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Wiggle pit.
I'm going to call that from now on.
That's
Hey, honey, you want a wiggle pit letter?
that
The
should.
episode name is Welcome to the Wiggle Pit.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Have you come to join the wiggle pit? No. No. You will go places far.
We're going to the last stop, pretty far away, far in the west or south, very south, right?
South of the West. Where the sun sets.
Yeah,
Hard to kill, you seem.
Ryan.
Comes up and stands. I've made quite a family. Looks over, proud. I am.
It's a beautiful family at that.
I need more.
Well, I'm going on a journey and could use a companion of sorts.
No, it will be painful.
Why is that?
For if you were to help me, I should not be able to kill you.
Like I said, you don't have to worry about me.
You will see. You could make a dexterity and first combat roll, dexterity and athletics roll against his. As he strikes you. He tries to strike you.
Okay.
He's going to try and make you immune to his poison.
Dexterity and what?
Athletics.
Promise, sometimes you get bit in the wiggle pit.
Yeah.
Now that's the next T-shirt. Sometimes you get bit in the
Get
wiggle
bit
pit.
in the wiggle pit.
Yeah.
I took 2 successes on 2 dice.
Sorry, man. It
Nice.
was. It
Also,
was
your
I only
dexterity.
have 2 dice.
oh, that's all you have for that?
I have
what?
no athletics of 0.
You have only you. Oh.
I have 2 dice for dexterity right now.
So when you get a point, I
No.
maybe later down I'd put more points into that.
That was
Yeah,
the
because
plan.
he
That
gets
was
you
the
on
plan.
3. Yeah, right. He gets you on 3 though as as he like seeps into your leg. You can feel like almost like a fever dream, like started like oh God, how do I describe that? It's like stepping into a bathtub. You know how it's really hot in the beginning, like it's like painfully hot. You got those little like almost like fires of pain,
Yeah.
and then your body gets used to it. Give me a stamina and animal kin roll. No, stamina and survival. Makes more sense.
It's good for you.
It was better for me in Animal Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
So he said survival and what was it? Survival and stamina. Oh, 1 success.
What was your sire like when training you? Anything? Gangrels sometimes just abandon, so that could be possible.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
He abandoned. You have that feeling of what it was like when you were fighting the first thirst. No one buried you. No one helped you. He just left you in a cave. As it happened, like that's what you woke up with the fire in the back of your throat, like you just had too much, hot sauce. You know what I mean? Just that unending thirst that coursed through you with no one to help you, and that rack of your body as you fall to your knees as this poison starts to like seep through your body, like seeps through you. Falling on your knees, the snake raises up back to your eyes. He goes, "Together, we will find something new. I hope you live." And starts coiling around your arms. And you have a very specific animalism trait. You're going to be able to activate it if you survive. You wanted a snake as what's that trait? What's that?
What do you mean?
Vampire thing.
I can't remember what it's called.
The Bon Familias or the
No, it's like a weaponized version of.
Yeah, I don't think we wrote it down.
No, don't
But I
think
could
so
be
either.
wrong.
I thought I did.
I thought that was the Bond Familiars.
No, because there was something that was Snake Companion.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I thought it was somewhere in here.
Yeah, you have to have those in order
Just
to
to
have the
talk,
other thing. I just can't remember what it's called.
Okay. We'll just do the rolls. We'll figure out what it does. But this is like the beginning of you having that particular spirit.
Is it Serpentis?
I don't think it's.
That's a follower.
It didn't have anything
Yeah, but-
specifically to a snake. It
Yeah,
was very.
it's a gangrel
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah.
It's like it's essentially a familiar, but like you get to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Bond Familius does kind of activate it. So you can have him roll that.
Cool. There we
Yeah.
go. Yep. Make
Cool.
that roll.
We know what their role is. Would it just be
For Bond Familius?
animalism?
Ding, 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 ding,
Gotta get cards for that.
Yeah, it's a new one for me too.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know exactly how it works.
Right, animals and Bond Familius. When blood bonding an animal, the vampire can make it familius, forming a mental link with it and facilitating the use of other animalism powers. While this power alone does not allow two-way communication with the animal, it can follow simple verbal instructions like stay, come here. So it's charisma and animal kin.
Yeah, but like I thought he got to use that snake as like a weapon.
Yes, but this is the start of
That's the start
that.
of it.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
problem. So we'll figure out what it can do next game. Roll to see if you can
Yeah, charisma
survive.
and animal kin.
Yeah. Right.
So am I just rolling? Oh, you said charisma and,
Yep.
and animal kin. again?
Looking for 1 8, 2 6s. So 3 all day.
Jesus.
One of them has to be an 8.
There's no 8s.
One success.
Yeah. No, 2 6. Well, no, because of the one, right? Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. 1 success, no 8s.
As you fall to the ground, you're looking at this writhing ground of all the snakes procreating. I know, sorry.
Wiggle pit.
Yeah, the wiggle pit.
Wiggle pit.
Yeah, right. The lead snake that comes down, the alpha. You are looking at the wrong things. Why do you need a weapon like me?
I don't think I was looking specifically for a weapon.
I am a snake. It is in my nature.
I'm a vampire. Well, it's in my nature too, but I'm not necessarily a weapon.
I attack because I must. Why do
And-
you attack?
Because I must feed.
What will you use me for?
I'd say more of a companion.
Just trying to hang out, man.
Yeah, I just need a roll dog.
Need a buddy.
Trying to roll tide.
Wingman.
Give me a charisma and your animal kin. Charisma and animal kin. See if you can.
He's going to
convince
walk
him.
into a bar and say, hey, baby, you want to join my wiggle pit? Check out my snake.
Ooh.
No, it's gonna become something cool, but
No, I'm telling you, like, this is what happens to me. I'll roll great for all the bullshit, and when I need something,
Oh yeah, I feel you.
um,
I met a Giovanni earlier, so you know it's fine.
yeah, that's not gonna come back to haunt you at all.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Come out to the west. Kick your ass, pussy.
Bro, here.
fucking
Here, I'll
one.
trade you. Here, take those. Just keep these over here for a second.
Should have used the dice tower.
No. 1 success.
You're not ready for me. If you can get back to where the people live, perhaps you will survive.
So I begin to crawl.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep. This
That
is
was
not.
a 2-hour walk.
Yeah, right. This is
You're having a
not,
bad
yeah,
time.
This is not your day.
Roll the rolls.
Yeah,
man.
he turns his back on you. You're not getting him this day.
Damn.
Unless you
Sure.
got it. Unless you got another idea.
You should have stuck with Thistle.
You could be getting some mountain pussy right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Instead, you're in a wiggle pit.
I feel like that's your sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah, right. Now he turns his back on you.
Is what it is.
Do
Yep.
snakes have backs? I guess they're all back.
All back.
Yeah.
No, their bellies are different.
So you
types.
want to start? Do you want to
Well, no, just
confront
arguing-
this guy
we're just arguing
again?
Which side of the pancake we're talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
He has not killed you. You're gonna have a hard time crawling your way back to the town. So you can either there is a whistle, and you know that you're that the guy that runs the train does not miss his time. Is that? I mean, like this is a dangerous perspective, one way or the other.
yeah.
So either you try to crawl back, which is going to be hard to get there where you need to go.
Bite me again, you son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
right. Or you could stand up to the snake and say, "Yep, you're mine, and I'm going to take you."
Oh, sorry.
Or, I mean,
So you're coloring in my borders. Fortitude? Okay.
Just Barnaby with choke holding a snake and
Yeah,
crawling
right,
into
yeah.
the drain.
that's yeah, pretty much. You're coming with me.
Yeah, well, 50 other snakes are coming up behind him.
Fortitude.
Well, like if he's going to go, the next part is not just the one snake. The next part is
Maybe the snakes can carry you like ants. You know?
Snake skiff.
Rocky. That's a pretty good power.
So I feel like I want to have this bond with him.
Yep.
So I'm going to try to use Unswayable Mind.
If you want his attention back, yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. To try to
Is it against my intelligence? Because
No, it's
he'd be
free.
wise.
The user adds their dots in fortitude as extra dice in any roll, must to resist coercion, intimidation, seduction, or any attempt to sway the user's mind against their will.
So you're trying to stand your ground and get the snake underneath your whim.
Yep. I want to show him that I'm not giving up.
What's that? What is going to be that roll? Is it free?
Free.
It is. It's a free cost.
But it just brings your fortitude up, right?
Yeah. So you can. So really, what you could do is you could re-roll one of the rolls that you failed, and you would add an extra dice for your fortitude rating.
Yeah, you only needed one more dice, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
add those extra dice. Whatever those extras would have been, you need a success on what that extra.
What's the roll you're looking for?
Oh, no.
it'd still be charisma
What would be
and
the
animal kin. for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
previous-
yeah.
So
Oh,
am I
okay.
rolling that whole thing again, or am I just rolling
Yeah.
the extra dice?
just the extra dice?
Oh, I would let him roll the whole thing over with the extra dice.
Well, because it doesn't cost him any blood. He would have had to say that ahead of time.
Sure. Okay. Gotcha.
I would have to say what ahead of time.
You would have had to say that I'm going to use this
Gotcha.
ability of mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it cost you blood, I'd let you re-roll it, but it doesn't cost you any blood.
Which one do I want to fucking roll? All right.
All of these frosted ones have been working well for me for some reason.
Go ahead and roll.
Fucking 8.
Boom. How many dice did you
go.
have? That's a fucking great roll, man.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Using your dice.
Forever. Or until they start rolling shitty.
Yeah.
Good God.
You go, and as the snake is slithering away from you, you reach up and you grab its tail.
Yep.
And no, but that like
Grab the rattle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. The rattle does like begin to shiver in front of you, and it turns back to strike you. You put up the rattle in front of him. You have it in front of him, so it starts to like almost hypnotize the two of you. This goes on for like not that you know, but like a good hour. That it's just it's a stare off in between the two of you. When you come back conscious 2 hours later, you'll have only 1 hour to get back home. You see that you have a new tattoo on your arm.
Fucking cool.
It wraps all the way through. Where you'd hold a gun is where that rattle ends. And all the way to the very top as it coils around your arms, where you see the explosion of where that snake's mouth would be. You now have access to your amazing skill that we'll find later.
Cool.
But something you look up and you see the moon in the background. 2 hour hike in, you only got an hour before the train leaves.
Run.
Yep. He just starts to run.
All right, you start to run. Mr.
Where's the
Haywood,
snake? Now the snake is.
The pit is gone. The snake. You just have a new tattoo.
And so that's where we're at. Okay.
That's
gotcha.
where you're at. You don't know how to activate it yet. You don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's a good t-shirt. Got a t-shirt designed for you. I'm just making a little.
so fast.
I went to
Tell it to the
Amarillo.
class.
Says I went to Amarillo and
For the
got
viewers
bit
at
in the
home.
wiggle pit.
Yeah.
A little skull and crossbones.
What if that just became their national slogan?
The wiggle pit.
Come on down to the wiggle pit.
All right, Mr. Alister.
Get bit.
That's what the saloon's gonna be called.
It fucking is now. I had other plans, but
Now it's the wiggle pit.
Yeah. As he's walking you down to a beautiful bar.
Yeah, what was your name, by the way?
Shovel.
One more time.
Shove.
Shovel.
All. Last name all.
Okay, shove. Okay, we're gonna go with shove.
Shove is fine.
Mr. Shove.
Yeah.
I have been meaning to ask you, when I signed that piece of paper, and don't worry, I mean to hold my end of the bargain, I just, I didn't have enough time to read into what exactly we were agreeing upon. And again, I'm aware that I made that decision. I'm not going to be mad about it either way, but I didn't want to. The last thing I needed was for the train to slow down.
Mr. Hayworth. That's why I'm here. Go over the terms. We didn't lose quite a lot, but it is possible that that thing may put us off time. What you signed was a guarantee taken off of our conductor's plate that if we're late, it is your fault.
That's fair.
We're on time currently. I just need you to know that in the future, because it involves my contract to our humble conductor friend as well.
Oh, so you're also a part of the contract.
Yes, I'm stuck here with you just the same as you're stuck here with me.
Well, I don't plan on having any more hiccups. So it's a bit of a straight shot to the west from here.
Straight shot, it ain't. Now, all going to go through with a lot of other people's territories, problems, abilities, bandits. There's quite a few things in between us getting to our conclusion and you getting out of your deal. You know what happens to a person that makes our conductor late?
I can only assume.
It takes time itself.
Well, I have a lot of time.
People that, for the first time, his eyes come up, live forever, always think that.
So far, it's been true.
Pride always precedes a fall, Mr. Hayworth.
No, it's more of an observation than a pride.
I just am now invested.
Like you are
In your group.
You are a tall man. I have a lot of time. These are just facts. Yes. I will be on that train, and I will make sure that I do everything in my power to make sure the train keeps moving.
I just want you to know every minute that we're late, not going to come out of me this time, because my name's in that book too. It's going to come out of you.
I am risking everything already to get to the last stop in the west. If I don't get there, I'm as good as dead anyways.
All right, Mr. Hayworth. I think I can agree with that. I just figured that maybe you and me could be partners in this particular problem. You know, if we can get that book, neither one of us need to worry about it.
Which book are we?
The one that your amazing John Hancock was in.
You want to take the book
I
of
can't.
the guy that is solely responsible for getting me to the last stop in the west. You want me to fuck that up?
Not as long as you think we can get there on the exact time. He's taken years off of me already.
Maybe once we get to the last stop, we can make it your last stop.
Mr. Hayworth, that would be a useful endeavor for me. So now I'm interested in you getting there in time.
That sounds like a mutually beneficial cause. I could definitely use you in this new city. If you want to make the last stop in the West your last stop as well, and you don't want to keep making these journeys with that man, I'm sure I could work something out.
Mr. Hayworth, I wouldn't go back to where you were. I felt something a little weird in that house you're in.
Fuck that. No, I am not going there.
Something dark.
No, I'll tell you something. Very few times do I feel like I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, that
I
is
did not. I
still
felt
creeping
like
up your back,
I
you know?
did not have a lot of time in there. So that's my bad. I should have asked where we were going. I need to learn to ask more questions. I'm usually a very logical and litigious
Logistical
man.
individual. No problem. Well, I'll tell you what, you are safe now. As you go to the bar, you see his entire congregation sitting silently, like around your area. He's protecting his new investments very much. I think that we can have ourselves an accord, Mr. Haywood.
That sounds fantastic.
There's a nod, and he opens the door. Surprisingly enough, you can hear the sound of snoring gently in this building. If you need to feed, it's like you already anticipated what you wanted, what you needed.
I will do that.
Also, no handshakes have been done, just an accord. You know what I mean? So you can see a couple versions of that from here.
Our favors are starting to run out.
They are. The bath is nice and warm.
Sure is.
Yep. Rose petals and the whole deal.
Yes.
Everything that you were looking for. How's everything, my dear? Comes in the night.
Absolutely fantastic. Even better than what I had heard.
Yeah, well, I mean, a claw tub is a luxury, even in one of the biggest cities out in the side. But where you're gone, there's probably not one of these in existence.
That's another reason why I wanted to make sure I got a good bath in here.
One of the reasons I wanted to come with you is because I've heard about this Lady of Flowers.
Yes?
Is she on the train, or is that just a little bit of misspeak that I've heard all the way out here in the boonies?
Oh, well, there's a Miss Orchid on the train. I can tell you that.
That could be a euphemism.
They knew that word in the
Nope, she does not understand that she's mispronounced it.
Yep. Yep.
a euphemism.
It could
I've
be.
been sitting on that for like a day.
Good.
Yeah. It may be that could be the case, but the woman that I have run into has been very kind and most accommodating.
She seemed to be a little bit lucky, almost like the devil travels with her.
Well, I mean, there's a small man that travels with her, but I wouldn't call him the devil.
I don't know. He's kind of.
Seemed fine to me.
A small man, you say.
Yeah.
Can you describe some of the interactions that you've had? She's like writing down in a little.
Sure, yeah. A lot of talk about making sure your shoes were off your feet when you enter their car, things of that nature. But other than that, she hasn't appeared particularly lucky.
Or perhaps she's brought you as a good fortune to me. Well, take all of your accommodations here, but I shall be joining you for the rest of the ride.
Yes, of course. And I'll look at the girls and I'll be like, make sure that we have that extra cot brought into the car and make a bit of extra room.
She nods curtly to all the girls.
And again, ladies, after your underwear is dry, put it away.
They all begin to bitch, as one would be given chores while you're on vacation.
I shut them up with a look.
Sure. In
A
silence.
particular
Yeah,
book.
very silence.
Yeah.
They immediately go into thing. The nun does leave you with a curt nod. As you start walking your way back, going to pick that next part up right now because we're hitting 4 o'clock right this second. Thank you
Looks
so
like
much.
we're bringing 2 snakes on this.
Yes,
train.
we are.
And I'm running.
Yes,
Yes.
you are currently
There's no
running.
walk.
We're going to pick up right there when it comes to the next one. Yep. And thank you so much for joining us at our table. This is Vampires and Vitae. And always remember, take a big bite at life.
Wiggle pit.
Wiggle pit.
Oh my goodness.
I went to Amarillo and I got
So
bitten.
this is the hat.